Hello, I'm Daniela, and welcome to Prompt 10 in the Stitch the Season 2022 online workshop. This is our final prompt. It's not the final video. There'll be additional videos, with one in particular showing how to finish the book, creating the binding and attaching the cover, and there'll be some follow-up videos. Today's video, though, is the last one in the prompt series. So we're going to create our final prompt, prompt number 10, and that prompt is ornament. Now I show you how I make it, where I take the same shape ornament and make little hanging shapes as if they were hanging in a window. You don't have to be limited to have them hanging in a window. You can do them however you want. The key is to make them look like an ornament. And you don't have to do multiple. You can do a single ornament if you want to really embellish it. Or if you want to do multiple and embellish them all, go right to town and have fun with this one. I'm going to put this on the cover, so I'm going to also add the date and maybe some other text to it as well. It's a fun way to start the book. Now, this doesn't have to be your cover. You can use any page for your cover. It's really up to you. I just like the way this started out, so I'm going to use this for my cover. So let's get started. Let me show you how I create this page. So here's my sample book. The theme, the prompt for today is ornament. So I just made some rounded ornaments with a little hanger and the loop, as well as the ribbon to hang it from. And I like the number 3, but you can add as many or as few as you like. In this one I made round shape. Today I'm going to make a slightly different shape. We're not going to finish the back and the front cover today. We're just going to finish the prompt. And then in the next video, we'll attach the back piece, the spine, and the entire book. So it'll be quite a lengthy video next time. Today I just want to work on our final prompt. So to do that, I'm going to get my book and I'm going to get the front cover that we cut out originally. So here's my book with all my other completed prompts. The first thing I need to do is just make sure it sits flat, just so I can get the idea of the size page I need. It doesn't matter if it's filled or not. I took out the filling from one of my pockets because I just didn't want that bulk in there while I'm actually working on it. But right now, all I need to do is measure out the exact size of the front page. So I have my fabric that I cut, my quilted fabric, and if you remember, we created that back page, but I didn't tack it down yet because I wasn't sure how large I would need it. So I'm going to set that back page aside for our next video. And now I have my book page here. What I want to do is just set it down on top, leaving a slight overhang, somewhere between 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch overhang this way. And then I can mark the edge of that book. So eventually I will take this and it will be the cover, so it will go here and this will wrap around. But for today I'm not worried about the spine or anything in the filler. I'm just worried about this front piece. So I'll set aside my book because I have that piece. Now if you want to cut out a piece of fabric and attach it, you can do that. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to jump right in and put the ornaments right to the cover. So what I want to start out with is by gathering my materials, my ribbons, my fabrics, and my thread. So I have some goldish thread. It's not metallic. It's just like a goldenrod color. It's DMC 3820. And I just love that color. I think it looks gold without the hassle of working with metallic thread. If you enjoy working with metallic, by all means, please go ahead and do that. This is my workaround for working with metallic. I also want to use this rickrack to hang my ornaments. I think that the little squiggles give an interesting idea, interesting motion to the eye. So that's going to be what I'm using for my ribbon hangers today. I have quite a bit of it. I'll cut it to size. I have 3 colors of fabric here, but I think I'm only going to use 2 and maybe use that 3rd color, stitching it as an outline. So I'm going to make my ornament shapes, set them up, and then decide how I want them so I can trace my final ornament. So I'll start with my largest ornament, which I think I'm going to make in this red. So now I got to figure out where I want to hang this. Do I want it in the middle or on one of the sides? I think I'll actually hang it lowest here on the right hand side, and then I can vary the height of the other 2. So I'm going to take my piece and decide on what shape I want. Now I want kind of an onion shaped ornament. So I'll have the top up here, and then I just want it to kind of bellow out and come down. And I can make it as wide as I want. I'll fold it in half, and I'm going to cut it a little wider than I want, because I can always trim it down. So I come out, I'm going to come right to a point. So I have my first ornament. I think I'm going to have my second ornament up here. Let me think about that. Yeah, I'll have my second ornament up here, and it'll be in the black one. It'll be the same shape, more or less, just a little smaller. I don't want the same scale. So I'll fold my fabric in half, create that shape, come to a point and cut it out. And I have my second ornament. And I like the way that's coming out. Now for my last ornament, I want it to be right around here, hanging a little lower and a little smaller. So I'll just kind of sketch it out till I have the right size sketch. That's pretty good. Now I'm going to tack down the ornaments just with a pin at first. So the first thing I want to do is stitch around both of these pieces with matching color thread, just to hold the ornaments in place. And I can make this as decorative a stitch as I want. For this one, I'm just going to stitch the outline, and I think I'm just going to use a back stitch. And I want that ornament to be green. So I have my green thread. I'm going to start right here at the point, and I'll stitch around and create this shaped ornament. And then I'll go in and do the same thing with the red and the black ornaments, just to hold it down in place. I'm going to stay on that line and make all my stitches. So now I want to add my ribbon rickrack here, and what I like to do is just fold the edge over on itself, and I like to do this with any ribbon. With the rickrack, I just try and make it match up nicely, and then I'm going to stitch it in place. I'm going to stitch it all the way up, and I'm going to leave it overhanging about an inch or so that I can tuck it over the edge of the book. So I'll do this with each piece here. I cut the piece, set it down, maybe a ½ inch, quarter to a ½ inch up, and then I'll just tack it in place here, just with a pin. It's not going to stay perfectly, but I'll start stitching, and I like to do a couching stitch around it. So I'll just take my thread, I'll go one at a time, and just stitch that couching stitch to hold it in place. And I'll start with just a cross here at the end. Again, not stitching through the rickrack, but just stitching down over it and back in place. And I'll do that all the way up the entire length of the rickrack. Now before I do that, I just want to trim off a little of this rough edge. And again, I just stitch it in place. And I'll continue. And I can hold it right in place here, so it's nice and straight, and then repin it. And if it folds over already, that's great. That's less work to do later. So I'll just continue stitching it. And I'll do that with all 3 of my ornaments. So now I want to create the little parts that hold the ornament in place. So I'm going to take out my gold, and I'll show you how I do it on this one here. What I want to have is the little cap that's just a rectangle shape coming down here, and it connects the top of this ornament to the bottom of this rickrack. So I can even put a little line here just so I know what size I want my cap to be, just like this, and then I can stitch in just a few stitches to make that loop. So what I like to do is to make the satin stitch. So I'll come up on one side here, and I'll stitch the outline of this shape. So I make one stitch here, and then I come up right next to the shape I've already stitched here because I want to make that outline. I'm just doing a few stitches to get the shape and the size that I want, and then I'll fill them in just with straight stitches. So I'm making that rectangle. Just like this. So that's the first step. Then I'm going to come back here, just above or through the area that I've already stitched, and go straight down, and it starts to fill in that piece. Then I'm going to come up on the bottom here, again, right next to where I stitched, and stitch directly across. And as you can see, it's really filling them in quite quickly, in fact. And I'm just bringing my stitch straight up and down from one side to the other. If I do skip ahead too much, I can come back in and fill in the shape. But I'm going to continue all the way down to the end of this ornament, and then I'll go and fill in all the pieces that I've missed. This gives just a nice little edge, and because the lines are going vertically, it resembles the top of ornaments. Now I didn't leave a lot of room to make my loop, but that's okay. So I have my ornament here with my cap on. And now I can just take this little stitch right from where I traced the top of that gold ornament, and I want to just stitch behind that rickrack, that little loop that I made. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. I come up, stitch across, and then come up here and connect those stitches. So I'll create the caps on these ornaments, and then I'll decide if I want to embellish these hanging ornaments at all. So I've stitched all my ornament caps, and now I can decide if I want to add additional stitches or how I want to do this. So I think in here I want to add the numbers 22 for the year. So I'll sketch that out so I can stitch over that. And then I might decide to add something here to these. I think I'm going to take some of this ribbon and just add it here. So I'll cut it down. And I can stitch it in place and just tuck it around. Yeah, I think I like the way that's looking. So I'll do that. So I'll stitch that and show you the result. So that's the final prompt for ornament, as well as the cover of our book. The next video will start assembling the whole book, including finishing off the back and measuring the entire cover. I can't believe we've already finished all 10 prompts. Now to get to work with the assembly. See you in 2 days. So that's my take on the last prompt. There'll be another video, the most important one perhaps, where we combine the book. We'll bind it, add the cover, really finish off the back page. It's a long video, so please bear with me. It's a fun video too. And then I'll have some follow-up videos. I like to do a video where I kind of recap my process, some of the things I learned along the way, some of the things I liked. I'll incorporate some of your comments into that video as well. And I do appreciate all the people who've posted their work. The work is exceptional, and it's really beautiful to see. I like seeing the little nuances that everyone creates, little treasured memories and little things that are more important to them that really stand out in their pages. It really makes for a very nice community. So I want you to know that I appreciate you all, and I really enjoy seeing your work. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. If you haven't posted your work and you'd like to start, just tag me on Instagram or use the hashtag StitchTheSeason2022. If you belong to our Facebook group, please continue to post. I really love seeing your work. And if you haven't posted yet, please feel free to do so. I really encourage you. Thank you, and I'll see you in a couple of days.